live on CH. So with that being said, I'm gonna turn this thing back over to you, chat, and we will continue this conversation.
I
All
gave you
right.
a follow, Sabah.
What's
Why
crazy
follow?
is
Why follow Sabat? Sabat doesn't follow anyone. You don't
she
follow people.
doesn't
Don't follow.
follow us.
That she'll follow anyone. Why you guys gotta look and see who's following? Why follow someone that doesn't follow you?
She got a rocket ship. She don't even have a rocket ship, girl.
Because
You
she knows
there?
Trump is a
Yeah.
friggin' dictator wannabe that's definitely doing authoritarian grab shit, ignoring all the no people, kicking him out, and she's right, even if she had sloppy speech saying it.
Damn, there's two chats in here.
Only one.
Dang, I ain't know that. Appreciate it. Okay, so y'all, the people in the chat, I know y'all were talking about Putin, but I missed that conversation. I'm trying to understand though how is Russia now an ally and how Ukraine being attacked is Ukraine's fault. I'm trying to make that make sense, and it's not making sense to me. And it's almost like MAGA is so indoctrinated that our enemies are now our allies, and our allies are now our enemies. Is this who we are? Is this where we at as a country? Is this where we are? I don't know. What do y'all think about that?
I think Trump has ruined our country. He has given Putin everything, and our allies no longer trust us. And we got 3.5 years, over 3.5 years is to go. And if we don't get this thing right, I think the damage is going to become irreparable.
I'm very disappointed in my vote for Trump, and I was really excited about this term. But as a black man, now as I look at the political landscape, either voting with racist white men or gay white men, uh, I don't know. I don't like our choices. I think we need to do something else as a black community. I'll land there.
You do know it's mixed people here. So like JB, like I hear you. I hear you, Jamal. I wonder, like, we're hearing a lot of people saying that they have buyer's remorse with Trump. And I'm trying to understand, if Kamala said all of this before, why does it make sense now? Y'all had to see it to believe it?
It's a choice between voting for gay white men or racist white men. I figured I had more in line with the racists than the gays.
Wait, are you talking about Buttigieg? I'm so lost.
Stop whispering at me, chat.
I'm trying not to embarrass you. Yeah, no, I don't think that was the decision that other people made. I think the other people chose the lesser of two evils. I also think that people didn't want a woman to be president. Um, I mean, I just like, if I were, Latino, I would be pissed right now. But you know what? Like he talked about immigration so much so that I don't understand how now the Hispanic population is upset. Like they feel like they were duped. When he said he's doing nothing that he said he would not do. So how now is the Hispanic population, how have they been duped?
Yeah, I think common consensus was a big part of how he won was being anti-immigration. It was no secret. I don't believe I remember it being a secret.
I think he's okay. It's the party people that he put around him, the cabinet and the Pete Hegseths and the Elon Musk and uh, his picks uh, that kind of give me the remorse. You know, they're doing stupid shit, and it just doesn't look good. It's the way he's moving. He's not informed right. He's not. You know, the people around him aren't. Trump is going to do Trump, but it's more dangerous when you got imbeciles, yes men around him. Trump is enough, by itself. You got to have some people with sound mind behind him. I land there.
I think the whole first term was about him being pissed off around about like being surrounded by people, treating them like with kid gloves and just acting like they're the savior to say, here to save the world from the bad president. And he's not into round two of that for sure.
Ravi.
And hence we have tariffs. The trade war.
I'm here, Chad.
All the no to that people got fired.
Yeah, yeah, a lot of instability. Because he hit 100 days today or yesterday. Ravi, do you have buyer's remorse yet?
Not yet. I love the guy. Just like people are saying, he ran on immigration, he ran on things, and he's doing what he said he was going to do. He's not doing anything different. So why hate on a guy who said who was going to do it and doing it?
Because if you were against it from the start and you didn't vote for him, it makes sense, Ravi.
Exactly, Allison. That's why I voted for Trump.
That's why I didn't.
There you
So I
go.
haven't voted since Obama.
Oh no. Not even the first time
Disenchanted
for
with the
Trump?
whole damn system.
But
Not
that's
even for
why I
I
his
didn't
think
vote for
actions?
Doge.
you guys are saying buyer's remorse. I mean, that's the definition, right? And the second thing is, I can't believe that we're all saying it's about the people around him. We don't like to blame him, so we're going to blame it about the people around him. Well, he picked all the people around him. So, like, what the hell? Come
Yeah,
on.
I'm with you
Wake it up,
there.
Trisha. Wake it up.
I mean, shit, come on. Like, if he's the one that chose the people around him and he pushed for them to get into office, take responsibility for the shit. He'll turn around
That's
tomorrow and
the
say, I
that's the
don't even
buyer's
know
remorse.
that person. I don't even know that person. He'll turn around and say, I never knew that person. And meanwhile, there's 30 fucking pictures of the people around, of him sitting, standing with the people, smiling with them, shaking hands with them. I mean, give me a break. Come on.
The thing that's wild to me is how actually I thought there was even more of a percentage than there is maybe around like the people that are saying anybody but the other person. I mean, it seems like, with Trump, it's, yeah, there's a lot of people that say anybody but Trump, but the people that are in the Trump really are in the Trump.
But I don't know how day after day, like, you can contort yourselves or people can contort themselves to excuse his behavior. The excuses don't even make sense.
Well, number one,
What's his
vote with the,
behavior like, Chad? Like, I mean, what are you referring to, if you don't mind me asking?
well,
I'm
one that makes sense,
oh,
chat real quick, is
uh-huh.
vote with the pocketbook and vote with your self-interest on a personal selfish level. It's not about do what you can for your country. It's do what you can for yourself and vote with your pocketbook. I think that's one of the general Republican themes. It makes sense to some people.
Oh,
Right.
100%, Allison. Like, I mean, he's a dream for people like me, actually, in my field, and we love him.
So here's a perfect example. Today he was asked, have you spoken to President Xi? He said, I've spoken to President Xi plenty of times. So then they posed the question, have you spoken to President Xi since you put the tariffs on him? He said, I don't want to discuss that. And they said, well, you said you've spoken to him plenty of times. Well, you're offering that information, but you won't offer the information. Well, he's called me. And they said, well, has he called you since the tariffs were put on? Again, I don't want to speak about that. So he perfectly says, I've spoken to him plenty of times. But then when he's asked direct questions about the tariffs, He doesn't want to discuss it because then he can say, I didn't lie about it. I didn't lie about it at all. I've said I've spoken to him plenty of times. Yeah, in the past. What, in your last administration? So he doesn't offer enough information for people to be able to say he lied about it. He just offers information to make himself look like I've talked to him. So, he perfectly offers information so that you can't say that he lied about anything. And then he puts other people out there and says, they're a bunch of bullshit artists, they're a bunch of liars. They haven't talked to me. He even said President Xi called me, and I don't look at that as being, less than me because he offered, to call me.
And
I
touche,
heard the
that's the
best
funny thing, right? Like
analogy.
on the
Uh,
other. Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Jamal.
I was just going to say the best analogy I heard about what she's describing came from Jonathan when he said it's almost like China's the ex girlfriend that the guy broke up with, and she goes out to the club and is partying, and now he's looking for her at the club saying we need to talk. Trump played himself with China because China's that girlfriend at the club dancing, having drinks, having a good time, while he's sitting in the corner lonely trying to figure out how to get his girl back. I'll land there. That was the best analogy I heard.
That was a great analogy. I'm gonna
Oh,
show you an
one
example. Oh,
second,
go ahead,
Jen.
Robert.
So sorry to cut you off. No, Trish was saying about the tariffs, right? And China came out and said like nobody is talking to US, and here he is saying that we are talking. That's one thing. I mean, I don't think I am there yet on the remorse part, but April 2nd, he said something about the Liberation Day, and we are what, like 3 weeks into it? Not one single country signed, and this has started to look bad. I mean, very bad. So,
It's hard.
Okay.
Sorry, go ahead, Chad.
Well, go ahead, Trisha, because y'all are having a back and forth. Go ahead, babe.
No, I was just saying it's got to be difficult. It's really got to be difficult because you believed in something that he was saying, and to see it like not work out the way that he said it was going to work out is really difficult. You believed in something that he put out there, and then all of us have those issues where we believe in something, and then you're trying to stand on it, and it's not working out the way he planned it to be. So it's just hard. It's really
oh
hard
yeah,
to accept it.
not at all, Trish. And then also, like, he bent the knee for China. Like, I mean, when Ukraine and Russia started, everybody said Russia is gonna take over Ukraine in a week, 2 weeks. What happened? Like, we're 4 or 3 years into it, nothing happened. They're still fighting. And now everybody knows that Russia is not the big bad wolf like everybody thought. So pretty soon, if Trump doesn't sign anything with any countries, everybody is going to retaliate, and everybody is going to think like, "Hey, U.S. don't have the power that we thought that they do." That's how I think. So the better start signing up some deals pretty soon, at least with one country, man. Show us something.
Well, I'm gonna play this clip. Okay. Let me see. Well, I forgot to share the screen. Hello.
Those are not real jobs producing. You can protest all you want outside of departments of this government. You can protest all you want, but the American people disagree with you. You're protecting the bureaucracy. The bureaucracy is not a business. Those are not real jobs producing federal revenue. By the way, they're consuming taxpayer dollars. Those jobs are paid for by the American tax people who work real jobs, earn real income, pay federal taxes, and then pay these federal employees. Federal employees do not deserve their jobs. Federal employees do not deserve their paychecks. And these are jobs that can be fired at will. You can protest all you want.
That don't sound stupid.
Very much so.
She's a freaking federal employee. We pay for her health care.
I was going to say, who thinks she deserves her job?
Right. What is happening? Saying that federal employees, y'all, federal employees don't deserve their jobs. What? I can't even talk. I don't understand how y'all can still sit by this man. I don't understand it. I really freaking don't. This woman, this is what I'm talking about, the contortion that happens. That woman just said that federal employees who services the microphone that she's speaking into, that literally makes sure that she has water and everything else at that place that she's sitting at. The lights are on. That AC in that building. All that pay is paid for by federal dollars. But you think that the people that upkeep it and uphold it don't deserve their jobs? They work for the government. How can this is what I'm saying? A lot of these things weren't even problems until Trump said they were. They literally weren't problems until Trump said this is a problem. And then to add insult to injury, he creates new problems. And then says there's a problem that he created. Like how? Please explain to me how you can sit there beside somebody that sets your house on fire. How? He consistently lights this thing up. We can't get the insurance money because it's art because he lit it up. He caused the problem. And now we homeless because of a fire that he started. Then you blaming me because we homeless. No, bro, you set the fire. You set the house on fire. That's stupid. Then you get mad because you didn't pay the firefighters that work for the government, that work for the county, still working for the government, that would come out to put out the fire. Now they not coming to put out the fire because we fired them because we told them that your job does not matter because you're a federal employee or you're a government employee. Is this really where please somebody make it make sense?
She's not talking about all the federal employees, Chad. Like, I mean, can we see the full video? Like, I mean, we can't just take a snippet and say she's talking about all the federal employees. You know what I mean, though? Like, she's probably talking about all the people that Biden hired for no reason. Like, you can't tell me there are people who get paid for
Who
no
told you
reason.
that Biden hired people for no reason?
Not
Who
just the
told
Biden,
you that?
no, not
It,
just the Biden
who
administration. I'm
told you
talking about
that?
other governments too, right? Like probably Trump did the same thing. You know, I'm not just blaming it on the Biden administration.
But no, if you really wanted change, you would have gotten rid of the leadership, not the people that do it, to do what they're told to do. You don't want change. You just want to stir shit. Because if you really wanted to change the trajectory of an agency, you would cut it off at the top. You would get rid of, and I'm not even talking about presidentially appointed or nominated positions. I'm talking about your deputies, your regional directors, all of that kind of stuff. You didn't get rid of nobody that's been there 20, 25 years. You got rid of probationary employees who could have brought fresh ideas to that agency. You got rid of the people that are doing what the leadership told them to do. with the budget that the leadership gave them. You didn't fire them. You fired the person that's making $37,000 a year. I know because I was a federal employee making $37,000 a year as a clerk. Worked my butt off to get to the White House. But I'm saying, the point is none of this like makes sense to me. It's not making sense. Even the things about, I mean, not to say that everything that he does is a misstep, but I'm talking about the people that support Trump and how they have to just now it's, well, we gotta wait and see. Just wait. How are you telling a federal employee that lost their pension, lost their job, their 401k is now dropping because of these freaking tariffs, and you want to tell them to wait and see? Do we not get how this is a problem? I'll go on mute. I'm gonna get off my soapbox. Hey, light skin in.
Hi.
Now that I got y'all quiet. Y'all want to see what Al Gore said? Y'all want to hear it?
I do.
Yeah, finish it up. Let's see.
Okay, let me find it. But what are y'all Biden signs? What is Fox News talking about? What do y'all think about Ravi and the Trumpers?
Chat, you trying to have people come in here and beat up Ravi?
No.
No.
Ravi said
Say.
he said that Trump is perfect for him, his job. I'm wondering what he means, but how Trump is working for him. And there was
He
another
means
person
he's
that,
making bank. That's what he means.
yeah, I guess
Oh, sorry guys, I was on mute. Sorry about that.
it's the
What was it,
financial
Allison?
policy. What is it about Trump that is benefiting you?
On my day-to-day job, Allison, like, we are seeing the moves like we haven't seen, and it's what I could be making in the next 5 years, I could make it in 2 years, or like maybe in 6 months. That's all.
That makes sense. That makes sense. Okay. Well, here's Al Gore.
And for the context, Allison, like I watch the markets all day. I'm a day trader, so you know, I the moves that he's giving us, like I know it's bad. A lot of people are losing money, but it's my day job, day trader, basically.
Yeah, well, okay, I'll say one thing to that before chat plays the video. I think that Trump has hung out with Elon, and even though the freaking truth probably, the fact that it faded, I doubt Elon shared that. And I bet you anything, Elon lived in the past and the glory days and talked nonstop to Trump about how he could influence the price of Dogecoin, and he could do a Doge tweet and make Doge go up. And it has led to a lot of action and following suit and mimicking by Trump. I feel like that's unarguable. Okay, it's opinion, it's debatable, can't be proved, but
Hold on to that point, Allison.
likely.
We've already seen, by the way, how populist authoritarian leaders have used migrants as scapegoats and have fanned the fires of xenophobia to fuel their own rise to power. And power seeking is what this is all about. Our Constitution, written by our founders, is intended to protect us against a threat identical to Donald Trump. someone who seeks power at all costs to get more power. I understand very well why it is wrong to compare Adolf Hitler's Third Reich to any other movement. It was uniquely evil, full stop. I get it. But there are important lessons from the history of that emergent evil, and here is one that I regard as essential. In the immediate aftermath of World War II, a small group of philosophers who had escaped Hitler's murderous regime returned to Germany and performed a kind of moral autopsy on the Third Reich. The most famous of the so-called Frankfurt School of philosophers was a man named Jürgen Habermas, best known, I would say, but it was Habermas's mentor, Theodor Adorno, who wrote that the first step in that nation's descent into hell was, and I quote, the conversion of all questions of truth into questions of power. He described how the Nazis, and I quote again, attacked the very heart of the distinction between true and false, end quote. The Trump administration is insisting on trying to create their own preferred version of reality. They say Ukraine attacked Russia instead of the other way around, and expect us to believe it. At home, they attack heroes who have defended our nation in war and against cyber attacks as traitors.
Vladimir Putin. You know, I don't think I underestimated him, but I think that I underestimated the degree to which, in this new information age, it is possible for misinformation, for cyber hacking, and so forth, to have an impact on our open societies, our open systems, to insinuate themselves into our democratic practices in ways that I think are accelerating. If we're
Sorry, Robbie, wrong video. 1 second.
is the chance to hear you talk about this through the prism of your knowledge of Vladimir Putin. You spent a lot of time with him, a lot of time grappling with him. Spend a couple of minutes, if you can, explaining where we are and where you think this is headed.
Well, it is a tragedy of historic proportions. That's not news to people here. You can see it. I think that it is calling the question about a set of trends around the world that we've seen building for some time. Putin represented a very particular reaction to the ideals of democracy, but also globalization, the collision of cultures, the ability to harness anger and resentment around ethno-nationalist mythology. And what we're seeing is the consequences of that kind of toxic mix in the hands of an autocratic government that doesn't have a lot of checks and balances. I think it is also fair to say that it is a bracing reminder for democracies.
Boy, his long pauses kill me. There's another video, but I'll wait for that. But he literally just described what Trump is doing right now, and he was describing Putin. Did y'all hear that?
Yes, chat.
Oh, okay. Whoops, sorry. Um, did you hear the Al Gore speech, JB?
Yes.
Did you hear it before this?
Yeah, I heard you playing all those things. Yeah.
Okay, okay.
Robbie, Robbie, weren't you about to jump in, Robbie?
Mm-hmm. That's what I'm waiting on.
I'm going to stay quiet on this one.
Why, Robbie?
I can't win every argument, JV. Come on now.
Let me ask you, Robbie. Now it's late night, and I don't want to change this up. Chat, why do you think Shador Sanders haven't gotten drafted? Because I'm watching through everything right now. What do you think about that?
Shador, because he's a QB.
Okay, they drafted other QBs.
Yeah, I don't think it's a race thing.
I don't think it's a race thing either.
I do think I think they're taking a stance against nepotism, like LeBron and Bronny.
This isn't a LeBron or Bronny situation because the father doesn't work for any of the teams. So,
Yeah, but he's very vocal.
but nepotism. You spoke about nepotism. What do you? Okay, why you say you don't think it's nepotism thing? What makes you say that though? What makes you bring up nepotism?
Well, because like we saw how the NBA caught backlash for Bronny,
What
for
once
LeBron
again,
and Bronny.
the father is not a player on the team and saying draft my son. That's something totally different.
Well,
The
that
father's
part
not
is
even
different,
the
but is
father's not in the NFL at all.
that part is different. But what I'm saying is that there's still his father is not like he worked at the gas plant down the road. Like he is still very much an active contributor in the NFL, regardless if he's playing now. I don't know. I think a lot of people are making it about race, and I want to hear why. But to me, I think it has more to do with the NFL making a statement. It has nothing to do with his skills.
Marty, what are your thoughts, Marty?
What's up? You talking about Shador?
Yeah.
This what happened when parents try to get in the way of their kids' success. You heard? Listen, man, Shador is talented. Is he number one contender talented? No, he wasn't, right? But at the same time, he definitely should have been drafted by now. Me personally, the reason I think he's not is because kind of what chat ended with. NFL showing you like, look at here, Dion. You had a great time. You had an impeccable time here in the league. You did certain things many other players couldn't do. Your son, he ain't you. Not only is he not you, times have changed. And so you guys want to think that, oh, you're going to pick and choose where you go and this, that, and the third, you run the show. Nah, let us show you who really run things. We don't need you. Now, right now, I was just saying in another room where right now Dion is gonna have to kiss the ring. He's gonna have to kiss the ring to somebody because I just found out the only other team that's in need of a quarterback who's up next to pick tomorrow is the Raiders. So if the Raiders don't pick him, he's liable to go undrafted or as a walk on. You would call. You know what I'm saying? He ain't going back to college, even though he still has one eligible year to go back to college. He ain't gonna do that. That ego and that pride is too big for that. So right now, I truly think Dion, you got one last move to make, and that's to make that phone call, do whatever you got to do, and get your boy at least drafted because all that clout, all that he should have absolutely thrown and at least did more at the combine. He didn't show enough because why? You big boy. You want to show I'm Deion Sanders' son. Nah, I ain't got to do this. I don't have to do that. Caleb didn't do that. And he got signed. The boy from USC. But no, you came, you getting your jerseys retired at Colorado. You guys went over there, brought a absolute terrible toilet paper of a team from the ground up. But I mean, you didn't go over there and do no absolute insane shit. So you know what I'm saying? So as much as he was a great player he was wearing this clout over his head that was really his dad's. And now that it's time to actually, get somewhere with it, it ain't getting you nowhere. And so, do I feel bad for Shador? In a way, I do, because you living up to your pops, the all-time great Deion Sanders. In a way, I do absolutely feel bad for him. But he's got skill. So if he can, shake it off and shake off that, I'm Deion's son ego a little bit, I think he'll do. I think he'll go somewhere and actually do great.
You know, I think he didn't get. It was a circus. You don't want that circus around you. Okay,
Exactly.
so
Exactly.
I
One
don't think
thing.
it's nepotism. I think they just don't want Dion in his ear. Dion trying to. He will ruin a whole what you call it.
Yeah.
Dion,
Yeah.
he will
No.
ruin a whole
Absolutely.
team.
But that's
Absolutely.
what
Every
I mean, the association with his dad.
yeah, he
He's
Yeah.
will
not
ruin a
being
whole team.
drafted solely on himself.
Nope, it's coming with the Dion package. And one thing about the NFL is, with anybody coming in that they are looking at, I don't give a shit how talented you are. If your baggage is too heavy, if it's going to be a distraction to us, we don't want you. Many players, because they air the draft and stuff like that, where they're in the combine or whatever. But like, many players have lost their opportunities simply because they got some controversy going on, or they got some drama going on, and it's too much right now for a team. You'll either get cut, you'll get knocked. Like, it's and Dion is one of those things. We seen what happened at Colorado. You know what I'm saying? So NFL
I
doesn't
think
want that.
Dion's gonna try to talk trash to make them play him. You know, they don't want that. That's circus. The whole circus. Yeah, the whole circus.
And then JB and Marty, they have to be careful now because all the hoopla, like they're encouraging people. That's what I hear. That they're encouraging people behind the scenes to make us think about it. No coach, no team, no general manager is going to want, the moment they make a decision that Shador or Dion does not like, they don't want the circus that comes with the decisions that they disagree with.
No,
That's
for sure.
that is that, like, that's a risk, huh? What you
No,
think?
that's
There-
exactly it. That's
There's only
exactly it.
three teams that need quarterbacks right now. I think that I can think of. Okay, that is Pittsburgh, the Jets.
Pittsburgh already said they ain't taking him.
The Pittsburgh, the Jets, and Raiders. That's the only ones I can think of.
He definitely ain't going to New York. That's for
They
sure.
said they said that New York was a contender for him.
Yeah, like, as a last resort, they would love to have him.
They just signed what you call it. The quarterback from Pittsburgh. I forget his name.
They just signed Justin Fields.
Yeah, Fields.
But yeah, he refused. Do you remember when other teams were trying to get him to go into their facility and he was saying no to all of them? He's like, nah, I only want these three teams. I don't want to get drafted by any other team.
You talking about Shador?
Yeah, Shador did this to himself. His
Yeah,
He
cockiness is what
said
did this to
that,
him.
Kev.
Yeah, he
Yep.
said that.
Yep.
He refused to go. He said, nah, if you pick me, I'm sitting out.
yeah, yo.
And then yesterday after the first round, he said, any team I feel bad for the teams that didn't pick me. They lucked out. Every time I go somewhere, I make them better. Like his cockiness is what's gonna kill him.
Exactly, exactly. And where I gotta say and that's why I said I don't feel bad for him. Where I
He
do
wasn't
feel a
cocky
little.
yesterday, guys. He wasn't cocky. He was graceful yesterday. Let's not do that. He
No, the
wasn't
first
cocky.
He
day.
wore a
I,
$1 million
He
necklace.
was very demure, but did you see what they set up?
yes, the room.
My God. He was demure, but that room wasn't. It's a spectacle. And then did we not, now listen, did we not forget Deion Sanders prime time? Hello, when he was actually in the NFL?
Yeah,
Do we
his lock.
remember that?
Yeah, yeah.
That man was, I mean, he had a reason to be cocky, but he was cocky as hell.
But
Hey,
no,
Chad,
that's
you remember? Money, money, money. He
yeah.
had that. Yeah,
He
he
had
was
the
making the
whole
songs and
song.
everything. Yep.
Yeah.
Listen, man,
You know
the
where Shador's
NFL
gonna
hates
go?
that.
Shador's going to Canada. He's
You
gonna
going?
play
You
in the
said
Canadian
Canada?
football team. Yeah, he'll end up in the Canadian football team.
Nah,
I don't think anybody's gonna pick him. Someone should have
nah.
picked him by now.
He'll put his head down, tuck his tail between his legs, and eat up the humidity and go play for a team before he goes to Canada. 100%. He will take whatever criticism is about to come and go play for whatever team, sit on the bench if he has to, before he just leaves and goes play for Canada. That will show him to be a much sore loser, whatever you want to call it, than him just going for a ass team here in the league. You know what I'm saying? To not get drafted and say, F it, I'm going to go play in Canada. You know what I'm saying? Not even attempt to get on another team or something like that. I think that would make him look even worse than just sitting down doing nothing. Just saying. Not
Yeah,
saying
but I
that's what
think
he
I
should
think
do.
Canada I think Canada will pay him more than what he's gonna get paid as a fourth round pick. He ain't gonna make $1 million a year. They're saying that he lost $34 million by getting knocked out of these 3 rounds.
And he lost all that money by being cocky. That's how he lost it. I'm
And
sorry, like that cocky
you could
stuff.
be cocky. You could be cocky and good. Travis Hunter, Travis, he cocky, but he good.
Yeah, he earned that right.
Like he a happy cocky guy. But how about the kid? How about the on another note? How about the one that got what the hell was his name? Demar. He got drafted to Pittsburgh Steelers. His mother was on life support. She died right
He
after.
died the day after.
That's crazy.
Yeah, that was so sad. Did y'all see that Warren Moon, who is my favorite QB of all time, just want to say that, gave up his number one jersey? Did
Yeah,
y'all
you
see
saw
that?
it. Nah, I didn't catch that. I definitely didn't catch that. Saw it.
What was the kid's name? Because he
Cam
got
Ward.
drafted. Well, yeah, Ward. Yeah, so he can wear the number one now. But Warren Moon presented it to him. He didn't look like he was happy about it, but he did. But I don't know. My uncle used to play for the Giants, and his thoughts are, or what he said, well, what I overheard them say, because they were upstairs, um, in the media room. But what he said was, like, he brought up Dion when he was in the NFL and the spectacle that is him, and they just think that it'll be amplified. That there's always this spectacle around, which is good to get butts in seats. If there was a team that needed to get butts in seats, like the things that they were able to do in at Jackson State, right? Even shifted high school players into wanting to go to HBCUs, right? Like they've changed the game, right? Or Dion has. But Shador does not come solo. He comes with baggage. And my thing is, I think it could be a good thing, because it could actually help with their ticket sales, because that's where they
Only in
get at Jackson
college. The
State.
NFL's not hurting like that. That's crazy.
Well, I don't know that the Texans was at one point. We was hurting. They
Yeah,
were
no, there
still
was
getting
hurt.
ready to feed the chicken.
Every NFL team has possibly had a period where they was hurting, yes.
That's what
But
I'm saying.
the baggage that Dion brings, no team in the NFL, not even the Browns, are willing to go with that just to fill in an extra few seats that they've been lacking. Nah, they ain't hurting that bad. Yeah, that's so unfair. You guys are so unfair. It's not even funny.
And Marty, don't forget, he got a brother that's getting. His brother might get drafted before him. Skylar might get drafted before him.
Absolutely crazy.
Because
Don wanted to say something. Don, you there?
I don't know about Don, but I'm trying to say something. Can y'all hear me?
Maybe. Go ahead.
Yeah.
I'm joking with you. Go ahead.
um, all of a sudden, the NFL don't want to sell tickets. That's what we saying. Come on, y'all. It's crazy. That man. No. I'm not saying the NFL doesn't want to sell tickets.
I
Never
heard
that. They'll do whatever to sell. They'll do a
not
lot of
whatever.
things to sell some tickets. What I
Not
did
whatever.
say earlier was the NFL hates,
Dion.
absolutely hates drama. or anything that brings controversy or attention away from the team. You can find many interviews of coaches. They all talk about it. Players have been cut over that shit. So knowing that Dion comes with his own baggage, nobody wants that. No matter how good it is, nobody wants to deal with that. So I feel like there wasn't enough conversation on the front end or enough pride being put down on the front end. But that's all I was saying. The NFL absolutely wants to sell tickets, but not that bad to where they would bring Dion in so he could do his show. You know what I'm saying? Bring a lot of people. You know, like that's what I was saying.
No, I understood what you're saying. You saying it again didn't change anything. I thought maybe we could balance out the room with some other thoughts. But if you just want to hear yourselves keep saying the same thing, then I'll shut up. I thought it was debate the news. I didn't know it was everybody agree with the talking points.
You didn't hear the room get quiet to listen
Oh,
to
oh,
what you got to
oh,
say?
okay. Oh, my bad. My bad. I got it on.
Oh, go ahead, honey.
Oh, okay. I'll keep talking till they jump back in. Again, nothing but hateration. You know, that man Shakur has proven himself on so many levels. We're gonna hold somebody accountable to what their daddy did in the name of the NFL. Are you serious? Is that much hatred to let that light shine? That man, daddy came in, did what he did in Colorado with his son and Travis and that whole spirit. If the NFL was wise, they'd be trying to recruit Dion to be up in the NFL. He brought it to up over Warren Sapp. Come on, man. That's a proven winning mindset. But they would rather lose. NFL would rather give the instruction to the whole league, don't hire that man, than to let that man have a chance to prove himself. That's if that is not hatred 101, I don't know what is. It's that serious. That like he hasn't improved. The second round pick, the second pick period, is his wide receiver who was throwing him the ball, but he ain't good enough. But again, like you saying, that they rather rationalize. They look silly as hell. It's like blatant hatred just standing out, straight racism 101 in front of everybody's face. Nobody's willing to put him. A lot of people get into the league and they don't start right away, but you're not even going to put him on the squad. Nobody? Come on, man. Yeah, right. Water's not wet. The sun is not hot. Yeah, he. But the NFL suffers behind that because all they doing is creating more excitement around him. You know, you're just gonna have an asterisk forever. You never know. You look crazy as hell in the NFL right now. Not any one team, the NFL, because you can't tell me that's just every single owner just agree. Just they don't see value in betting on that man. It's a bet. Anytime you pull anybody out of college in any of these positions, so you're gonna sit there and you got all these other quarterbacks, and this one, you're not even coming out. Was he 21? And you're not gonna even let him come into the camp. You know, he's proven. Colorado is not Jackson State. What? I mean, to come out into that environment and oh man, that's just straight hateration 101. But hey, I'll give it to America and the NFL. It's you've proven, you know, that you haven't changed. That's what I'll say on that. You know, Paul Bear Bryant knew I better start hiring some of these brothers way back. Go do your homework on Alabama and go understand where they understood. You know how much talent is out here that will never make it to the league? They gonna mess around and have somebody start another league up and be competing with the NFL if they not careful.
Did he show up to the combine? I mean, did he work out at the combine?
No, he wasn't. I didn't see Shador work out at the combine. I know he didn't throw for sure. But I don't recall seeing Shador working out at the combine.
If you were his teammate, how would you feel about that?
I feel great. I feel great. We want to win. Yeah, we want talent. We want the best talent so we can get this championship ring. We've been playing football since flag football, and now we're adults. and we want to win. So yeah, get the best talent.
Honestly, me personally, Chad, any athlete going into the NFL Combine and you're looking to get drafted, you just had a great season. Obviously, you're there for that reason. You want to show what you got. I don't see the reason behind not performing, trying to save something. I don't want to get injured. I don't know. Like, not enough players get injured at the combine for me to say, you know what, you right, sit this one out or whatever. It's not like they're going crazy. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know why. But I think he should have just did what he had to do. I'm not gonna say that that's 100% what killed him, but I don't see the purpose of not doing it.
Sports is about recruiting from. If you've been free around any children, any sports, and you grew up around basketball, football, baseball, by 8 years old, they already are being recruited. 9, 10, 11, 12. They already recognize talent. For nobody to step to him lets me know there's an instruction from on high. In the NFL, there's an instruction, do not mess with him. That's some political
Yeah, come
nonsense.
on, you show up. You go to the combine and you
No,
show up and you
no,
show out and you show that you
no.
are ready to compete with the other people on the team. You don't show that you're special. You don't show that you got a daddy that's showing you're special. You show up at the combine and you show out. That's what
Yeah,
you do. That's what the people are there for. They're there
yeah.
to show you that you got what it takes to show up and show out with everybody else.
His resume speaks for itself. Come on, man. That's crazy. If you want, you can't tell me no team in the NFL is sitting and saying, "Damn, that would be a great addition to our squad. We would love to groom that. Let's go court that." They do it in high school.
His daddy said he already groomed him. He
But
don't need no grooming.
I don't think anyone is saying that there isn't something else going on here.
Oh, I think I hear some hesitant
I
that's
think
not
that's what
focusing
we're
on
all
something else
saying, that
going
there
on.
is something else, and no one really said anything about his talent, because
No,
again,
that's
it
not.
gets overshadowed by all the drama.
No, that's not.
All it
Everybody,
is. You didn't work
everybody.
out at now. Ward didn't work out either at the combine. But if I would
Ding,
like,
ding, ding, ding.
if
But he went first pick. So that's what I'm saying. So that argument goes out the window. That argument goes out the window completely. So it just that's not passing any muster. And so you know, it's nobody saw any value in him. Come on, man. That's
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 not it.
that's
His daddy was saying on all the talk shows beforehand, if he gets picked by somebody that I don't want him to go play on, he ain't going.
okay.
He was
Well,
saying that.
yeah. If I'm owning a team and I'm not under some instruction, I'm definitely saying, hey man, look here, let's talk. What you need, what you want, what we got to do. We want to give you a shot. You see what I'm saying? So nobody's saying that. So I mean, it's it's a prejudgment. You talk about prejudiced. This is it. That's the definition. Put this in the dictionary under prejudiced, prejudged. We won't do it. Even a criminal can go do some time. We're not even talking about that individual. We're talking about their father. It's that deep. That's crazy. Of all the other personalities that have ever run through the NFL, oh my God, that's crazy. That you would be that blatantly racist, that blatantly just that hate that much. I'm not.
Did
What?
you
That's crazy.
you remember Caleb? Remember Caleb that just got drafted? Came from
I know
USC.
Caleb well.
Yeah.
He did the same thing, but he got drafted.
Dude, what do you mean the same thing?
Now, the reason I bring him up is because I want to ask you: do you think that in any way, shape, or form, in regards to the entourage that comes with Shador, do you think that that's not a bothersome to NFL leagues? Not this is away from the conversation of you said a message was passed down. I'm just asking you: do you think that teams like that, or do you think that that's something that would discourage them from drafting somebody?
On college level and pro level, they don't give a damn. Dennis Rodman in basketball, they don't give a damn about all what you talking about. They got rules of behavior, and when you show up, this boy Shakur, he don't have no background of whatever you talking about, like this some criminal or some crazy person or You know, and the excitement in the NFL is a problem now. Excitement with Dion, excitement with the Green Bay Packers, and are you serious trying to have this argument?
Bro, even Odell, what do you mean? Even Odell Beckham was catching heat for stuff like that. It's not about, listen,
Like
the
what?
things, the people you're
Odell got
bringing up from back
criticized.
in the day,
What
you're
you talking
right.
about?
But everything you're saying, yes, you're right. But that's the unfortunate side. Odell was catching. The thing is, that's why I brought up earlier the film where they show and they record the recruiting process. They got the shit on Netflix and whatnot, where they show the process of these players coming in. What I'm trying to say is players who have media, even if it's good, even if it's too much good media, like real shit. That's all I'm trying to say is, and so when you look at Shador, nothing against him, nothing against his stats, not saying he's a bad player, but what I'm simply saying is, guess what? I'm not saying that's the whole reason, but the entourage that he comes with his pops, it's something that gets looked at. And I'm telling you that for what you've seen recently in the league through recent years, it's not something good. It's not something bad in our eyes, but in the league, that teams don't see it as a good thing. Because yeah, you're right. Damn, not one person seen something good in him. This talented ass dude right here. Yes, you're absolutely right. But all we saying is the entourage of what was brought to Colorado State. I mean, not Colorado State, to Colorado, and we know what it is. The Dion package. Let's just keep it real, because he's Dion. He was just that great. NFL doesn't want that. That's just how they are, and that's why people, even celebrations started getting canceled. NFL don't like that shit. It sucks, but that's just what it is, and that's all I'm saying.
Yeah, but you ain't saying nothing that we all know. The NFL is jacked up. That's all you just
Oh,
said. All you just said was the
yeah,
NFL is jacked up, and they out of time, out of touch with the time. 30 and under wants him. You want him and a whole bunch more like him, and so you sending the wrong message, NFL.
bruh.
Go ahead
Odell
and
Beckham came out breaking out. Kids liking Odell Beckham, getting their hair done like him. This man getting in trouble because now he's got too much of an entourage, like
you
because he's
saying
gotten
that's
too
what
much
Shador
fans.
is? You saying that's how Shador is? Come on, man, make it
No,
make
no,
sense, bro.
no, no. I'm
Why
not
you
saying
using?
that's
Why
how
you talking about
Shador
his,
is.
his
What I'm
hair?
trying to show you is even Odell got in trouble for something he couldn't even control, but wasn't even something negative. I'm just trying to show you if they doing that to Odell, come on, that's what you think they finna do to Shador. So I'm just telling you, you're right, but you gotta understand the entourage package plays a part. That's all I'm saying.
I don't have to understand anything. It's his DNA. It's not an entourage package. If he has an entourage package, he'd be bringing Marvin Sapp. He would bring Warren Sapp with him. He would be bringing his daddy with him. It's not a. It's mentally. They just can't stand the idea that Dion will be excited like any father is for their son. How many white fathers are happy about their son? How many, whoever fathers black, or so to make this into, that's just the NFL telling on itself. You stuck on some mental insanity stuff, NFL. That's crazy, man. You don't want there to be him to be a darling. You don't want him to be a positive person in America. In American sports, you can't stomach that. It's too much for you, America. That's all that this is telling on. It's telling on America, the NFL. It ain't gonna change Shadur and Sanders. It ain't gonna change all the other athletes and all those that are coming up in high school and college. So it's just going to be a constant. You got to justify this the rest of your life. NFL, it's not any one team. That doesn't make any sense. If it was one team or two teams, it would be like he was the 10th, 11th, the 15th, the 20th pick or something. Or the second time around, they would pick him. People had two, three, four chances to get him, and they passing on him. Go look at who was recruited instead of him on any given team and justify that. Even if you don't need a quarterback, you could trade him. What are you saying? Look at some of the other people that got picked. Man, it's just like, bro, you were just blatantly gonna do something stupid like this, NFL. Go ahead on, but the whole world is talking now. You're gonna have to justify this for as long as you want, just like Trump with China. It's the same craziness. At some point, who's gonna buck first? But Shadur's gonna be fine. All this is doing is making him all eyes on him for sure now. whatever he does. Shoot, man. Like I said, that's crazy, man. Or you saying he got to become a beggar? That's I, I don't see much future in that. I mean, then how do you become who you are? It's like telling Kobe just quit being Kobe. What are you saying? Like, don't be. It's and this person don't have no track record in Colorado, acting a fool, doing nothing stupid, or dyeing his hair even. Or man, it's just making up a false narrative, which is normal though, is what I'm saying. It's like they do some racist stuff, and now we got to apologize for them. The Sanders family got to apologize because he telling his own son, "Look, you see what you're looking at. Welcome to what's real, man. It's okay. Hey, been with you from day one. This welcome to what's happening. But don't trip, because I don't think the NFL gonna hold on long enough to justify it. He can't play in the NFL. He ain't good enough. Man, please.
There's so much more to it than just his talent as far as the NFL is concerned, unfortunately.
Yeah, like money. Like, you know how much money you get when you're first pick and in the first round?
Yeah, but
They don't
but
want
look,
him to
it's
have
it's
all
it's a
that.
lot documented on this from like team recruiters and coaches and stuff. And as you guys were talking, I just been sitting here reading a bunch of stuff, and unfortunately, us as a culture, we would love to see what we want to see, of course, right? But to these guys, they're looking at a whole bunch of other things that we're just not considering, and a lot of things you guys haven't even mentioned, right? They're saying his throwing arm, uh, they don't think it's equipped for top tier NFL quarterback status. They say his attitude to a couple of teams that interviewed him wasn't too pleasant. I'll just read a few things here. It says some NFL coaches and staff reportedly found him to be brash, arrogant, and entitled. It says Sanders' interview process was reportedly not well received by some teams, which coaches find his attitude to be a negative factor. It says some teams were concerned about the attention and the distraction that he would get. I'm sorry, some teams were concerned about the attention and the distractions that would come with having a player like Sanders, who is the son of Deion Sanders, on their roster, which would stunt his growth on the teams being a leader. So they factored in a whole lot of stuff why he hasn't been gotten yet. You know what I mean? So it's not. I wouldn't agree with the whole race thing, but I will agree with everything that I literally just read, and then really like breaking it down to where anyone can really understand it. You just go and read it. It's there. Just ask Google why has Shador Sanders not been drafted, and all the coaches and the recruiters, they will drop their opinions and tell you why they haven't picked him up yet. And there you go.
Well, it's crazy. Again, I hear you. I heard we all know that, but I still say it's crazy. There's not a brand new recruit that doesn't fall in, whether it be at Colorado, whether it be Jackson State, whether it be at Alabama, UCLA, whether it be the Rams, whether it be, you got a whole culture that's already established. To try to argue that he's not going to fit in for all these reasons, his arm was obviously good enough to come on, man, to produce a wide receiver that goes the second round. If he just, it doesn't add
Yeah,
up.
but then he also led the entire FBS, bro, in sacks 2 years in a row, bro.
Well, how about Colorado
Some of these
probably
guys
doesn't.
need to stay, bro, right? Like
You,
some of these guys just go for the money grab, which is cool, but they
bro,
invented the NIL deal for you
let's
not.
talk
That was the
football.
whole design of it, for you not to want to leave these schools hanging. Stay there, develop a name, get an image, get a bag in the process, and then go pro. These dudes be trying to go one and done. The
Bro.
only reason why he stayed 2 years is because his daddy tried to prove a point. He really wanted to go after year number one. If we
And
all
he
being
was
honest,
he was
you
ready.
know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
These
He was
these,
ready a
these
year ago.
dudes
But
are
let me
on
say
something
this.
different, bro. They're not even in it for like, you know what I'm saying? Like, he doesn't give like Patrick Mahomes vibes. He doesn't give like
Baker
these other
Mayfield,
top quarterbacks
Baker
to be
Baker
good. Like he
Mayfield
doesn't give those.
vibes.
He really does give like, I'm just here to be flashy, get a check. Like, what quarterbacks do you know after a college game going up to the visiting homes, the visiting team stands waving a watch, like rubbing the L in their face? You've never seen that in college football. They were frowning at that, bro. We thought that shit was cool, but they were frowning at that shit, bro. They were literally frowning upon that, bro. Like, nobody, that's not cool, bro. That's not, I mean, again, we
To
as a
you,
culture think that shit is fresh, but these league and these associations, bro, they don't smile upon that kind of stuff, bro.
it's
That is
crazy.
like Marty said, they taking out you can't even celebrate too damn much. You get penalized for celebrating that you scored. They again, it
And
sucks
you
that
act
it's a
like
controlled
that's
environment, bro. But again, it's their rules. You either play by them or be left behind, bro.
in the NFL. All of a sudden, it ain't flashy. This is crazy. But let me talk about the offensive line at Colorado. You think their offensive line was like the University of Alabama or University of Georgia? Go look at their offensive line, and you're telling me, oh, he got sacked. NFL players, and no, look, man, I need a damn line. If you don't give me an offensive line, how can you expect me to perform? But in spite of all of that, he produces a wide receiver. And you go back and watch the games, man. I mean, so those that know that it's not about any of that, man. All of a sudden now, to go to the next level, you got to just be. You can't. It's just not even realistic, man. Now all of a sudden it's well, you're too flashy. You're going to sell too many commercials with Subway or State Farm or what are you saying, man? Doritos or Taco Bell or it's
Yeah,
blatant.
they're bro. They're not. I mean, respectfully, those are like I get what you're trying to say, bro. But if we look at all the quarterbacks that are in the league right now, all the quarterbacks that are like really reputable ones, bro, they're not on any of that type of. They're really low key guys, bro. They really don't say too much in the interview, bro. They kind of smut free. They kind of keep a low profile, bro. Their name is big because they're really good at their job and what they do, but they're not nowhere near of this kid's caliber when it comes to swag and brash and attitude and arrogance, bro. These are words that these scouts and coaches use, bro. I didn't write it. I'm just reciting it for you, G. And
Bro,
and he does give those vibes respectfully. I mean, we all watch
no
him, bro.
sir, no
Again,
sir.
what quarterback have you ever seen go put on a diamond watch at the end of a game to go to the home team's crowd to rub the L in their face to show a watch off? Who have you ever seen that? I've never
Why are
seen
you
that.
talking about?
I've loved college football, bro.
Why are you talking
I've been watching college
about
football. I'm
what?
46. I've watched college football for a long time. I've never seen no shit like that, and it was smiled upon. I've never
No
seen that.
shit like that. Listen to you, man. You can't see how brainwashed you are. You're sitting there. No one's ever seen.
That's not
You're
brainwash, bro.
shining.
I'm just
You're.
giving it to you how
Can
they
I
got. It's
talk?
their rules, bro. It's
Can I
their
talk?
association. But we can't, bro. We can sit here and argue this shit till 5
I'm
in the
not
morning, bro.
arguing, but I'm just trying to
Their rules ain't
present
gonna
my
change
side,
overnight.
bro.
I agree with you, bro. They need to lighten up and change and let these dudes shine. But if that's not what they want, if that's not where their money is, most of their money is not coming from that, then we can sit up here and say it 50 different times, bro. It doesn't matter, bro.
It's
You have to
yeah, but I'd
fall
like to
in
present.
and
I'd like
humble
to.
yourself. Like everybody keeps saying
Bro,
in the room, you got to humble yourself and tone it down a little bit, bro.
it's
This
not
is just
that,
humbling
bro.
the kid, bro. He'll be all right.
Bro. You got one voice that's trying to say something different. Like I'm just trying to shine light on a whole another side. Talking about debate the news, and it's like it's got to be like you gotta bow down. It's not. That's not what this conversation is gonna ever be. It's not gonna happen. You're talking about pro sports, man, on the highest level possible. Tell Ronaldo or whoever just all of a sudden don't be good at what you do. Don't be proud. Don't be. Come on, man. You can't have it both ways. You know what
Right,
I'm
but
saying?
you're arguing the obvious with the National Football League, bro, and things that they tolerate and they don't. That's
Bro,
what's not
bro.
debatable, G. You can
Hell
debate
no,
everything
that's
else, bro, but what's
bro.
already
You're
said,
not even
that's
letting
not
me
debatable, dog.
respond.
That's just
Not even
like
letting me
you told old
respond.
boy, that's just you wanting to hear yourself talk at this point. Because you can't argue that, bro. If they don't
I
want the
can't. Don't tell me what I
flashiness and the
can't
arrogance from
argue.
the quarterbacks,
I ain't
bro,
gonna
and if
tell
we can look
another
down the
side
line
they
of all
can't
the great
argue.
quarterbacks right now, that doesn't fit their caliber, bro, that's just what it is, bro.
You're
And if
gonna
all
have a
these scouts
debate.
and coaches are arguing that this kid is arrogant, he's cocky, he was mean to us in the interview, what the fuck are we sitting there talking about?
I'm talking about
He's
my
doing it
side.
to
That's what the fuck we
himself.
talking about, man. So we're gonna curse now. That's what the fuck I'm talking about. Just to balance it out, slow down. It's not you can't argue that. Debate the news.
Because I really like debating shit that ain't really debatable, bro. And this ain't really gonna be
You say it's
debatable
not
to me,
debatable, but just because you say it's not debatable, don't mean it's not debatable, bro. These
bro. It's
conversations
really
gonna
not
go.
respectful.
You're not respectful and let me get it out. I gotta try to talk faster or talk over you. That ain't no damn debate. You're too nervous to just let the other side even have a view, man.
I'm definitely rocking with you, gang. I'm just stating the
How
obvious,
you
bro.
rocking
Like,
with
if
me?
we're being
I
honest,
can't
bro,
even
the
get a
kid
thought
is
out.
an
I
arrogant
can't even
kid,
finish a
bro.
thought. I can't even propose the other side, the other angle. I'm spending my time just trying to get the
He's a
mic.
cocky kid, man. This has nothing to do with his dad. I
Oh my
agree with you on
God.
that.
Oh my God. How can you agree and at the same time saying you can't argue that point? So let me just say some words, man. So the whole point is that no, man, it ain't you calling it cocky, it's confidence. It's a matter of how you want to look at it. That's all I'm saying. So, what it takes to push through. I mean, anybody could just go do that, grab anybody and just go to Colorado and just win like that. Come on, man. It takes a certain kind of push through, a certain kind of mindset to go. And you acting like this person is just some radical, crazy person, man. You're making up stuff that's not true. There's no facts to back anything you're saying. You're talking about what people think. And how they view a situation. Not talking about the individual. It's just like, well, I thought you was gonna do something crazy. So that's your thoughts, man. That's whoever's looking at that. There's nothing that you can point to and say, this person, I guess you don't like the fact that he got a nice watch and that he's excited to win. Oh, no, nobody does that at LSU or anywhere across the country. Ohio State,
Nah,
Michigan.
nobody's done that, bro.
Come on, man.
You see what I'm saying?
Nobody.
You asking me a question and you
No,
just don't want,
nobody
you're not
celebrates.
accepting the
You're lying.
answer, bro.
You're not even being
Nobody's
honest now.
done that, bro.
Nobody
Nobody's
celebrates.
going to throw on a whole
Oh
watch when the
my
game is
God,
over to run to
bro.
you're in a you're first of all you're visiting someone else's
Doesn't
stadium.
matter,
You're not even
bro.
at home, bro. You're a whole visitor.
Oh my God.
Oh, and
I
by
guess
the
you.
way, are we really giving props to 9 games? Like, are we really
Yeah,
hoorahing
we
that they went
are.
and won
Yeah, we
nine
are,
games
bro.
and beat up on some mediocre ass team? The game they
Yeah,
were supposed to
mediocre.
win.
Okay, bro. There you
Like, come
go.
on, bro. Like,
There you go, man. Just hold that position. Just stay that it's mediocre teams, but mediocre. Don't go on both sides of the argument, bro. Stand their ground because you coming out there
they
so
did,
bold.
bro. Even
Hold
the
on, bro.
press said
No,
it,
just stay
bro.
on
The
that
dude
side
ran a
of the
simple
argument.
offense in Colorado.
You
He's
can't
not
have it both
NFL
ways.
ready, bro. He's
Yeah, that
not.
sounds good, bro. Everybody
That's
that
why he didn't
knows
work out at the
football,
combine. I wouldn't have worked out either. I would have let my name try to speak for myself too. But you fucked up with the
just like
interviews,
who
bro.
else?
You
Cam Ward,
fucked up trying to
like
call
Cam Ward.
shots where you want to play and where you're not gonna play.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm the only one thinking this way. I get it. Yeah, it's not all over ESPN, not all over the whole damn world. It's just me and my crazy self over here at midnight on
That's
debating
because
these niggas.
people are thinking it from a
Yeah.
cultural perspective when they're
Oh,
not
okay.
just looking at the facts, bro. And
Right.
the scouts and coaches are speaking, but you guys aren't reading what they're writing. You guys are giving your own
Oh.
personal
The
opinion.
scouts
That's
and
all it
coaches
is.
aren't. They don't study this
That's
twenty
really
four
all it
seven.
is.
Oh, Mel Kiper. They don't study this 24/7. Huh? That's not what they do. Oh, they're not. All of a sudden. Nah, it just sounds crazy, man. He wasn't at the University of Michigan. He wasn't at the University of Alabama. He wasn't at UCLA, any of these big names, man. Wasn't at some big old thing. He's at Colorado. How many games did they win before he showed up? One. You know what I'm saying? But go ahead on, man. He ain't got no skills. He just played some junior varsity high school students. I get it.
He
Yeah.
led the league in
Yeah.
sacks 2 times,
Yeah.
bro.
Because he's no good. Yeah.
So now, okay, so you know what the league is considering in that regard?
Mhm.
They're considering, even if he had a line or not, bro, him being able to protect the ball
Mhm.
under pressure like that against the big boys, bro, they don't, that's not appeasing to them.
Yeah,
You
all
got to factor in
quarterbacks.
all of that shit, bro. You guys are just
Right,
thinking from
right.
him being Deion Sanders and he going to see his son cross
Yeah, yeah.
plays and he
That's
on
what
the
you
team.
say.
Like, it's
Nobody
more to
else is
that,
saying
bro.
that,
It's more to
bro.
that.
So
And
all
then
the
it goes to Chat's
quarterbacks.
point, bro. All that shit LeBron did to get his son on the team. The NFL is like they don't want no parts of that goofy ass shit, bro.
Yeah, 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 yeah. LeBron. So Bronny is comparable to Shador. That's what you're saying.
No, what I'm saying
Bronny in
is
the no, no. That's
the
what it is. What you
NBA
just said.
caught
You
shit
said Bronny.
for Rich
Bronny
Paul
in the
and
NBA
LeBron
is the equivalent.
controlling the draft that nobody touched him until the Lakers got that last pick. The
If you
NBA
believe
caught
your
hell
own
for that
logic,
shit,
bro,
bro.
that's all that
They caught
matters.
hell for it
As long
because
as you
his
believe
daddy
it.
controlled the narrative.
Yeah, there you go.
What did
He
Deion
didn't.
Sanders get on? What did he get on Instagram and say, bro? Where his son ain't gonna play? What did he
Right.
say? I'm gonna have my hand all in this draft. These are
Yeah.
his. Nobody told these guys to get on Instagram and do this shit, bro.
Right.
Nobody asked
Yeah.
them to do this, bro. You're not supposed. You
Yeah.
can't do
Yeah.
that. Nobody
Which
gives a
one is
fuck
it?
with your prime
Oh,
time.
so is it
Nobody
that,
gives a
or he
fuck
just
about
doesn't
none of
have
that, bro.
talent?
You do not get on fucking Instagram and go live and tell the world that you are gonna have your hand
Yeah.
in the entire NFL draft
Mhm.
and you are going to be able to say where your son's going to play football and where he's not going to play football. You can't do that, bro.
If you say it,
But
it must
culture
be
wise,
true.
we say that shit is cool.
Yeah.
Hurrah. We double tap the
Culture.
fucking video, like it, all that goofy shit, right?
Culture. What are you talking about, man? That's talent, bro. You talking out of left field.
That's talent.
I get a sentence or two in, and then you come with all these paragraphs of stuff. So go ahead on, man. You got it.
Yeah, you ain't quick enough, G.
Quick enough.
And
I don't feel
apparently
like,
you're not informative to the situation
man.
because
What
all
I
these
can
stuff,
just yell
I'm just
over
kicking
you,
facts
talk
to you,
over
bro.
you,
Did you know that
talk
Deion
over
Sanders
you.
even did that?
If I
So
just
if
talk
you were the
over you,
NFL and you
that means
got
I'm
this
quicker than
kid's
you. If I talk
dad
over you and to talk
saying he's
faster
going
than
to
you, and
have
you
his
ain't talking
hand
about
all
nothing.
in the
That's a
NFL
real
draft
good
and where his son
conversation.
is going to play and ain't going
Yeah,
to
that's
play,
your culture.
you're jacking that?
That's your culture. If I just talk over you, that's how we gonna yell at each other. Nobody
Man, I'm
listening.
asking you a simple question, bro.
I'm
This ain't
talking to you
about letting
simply,
people
man.
talk, bro. I'm
That's
asking you a simple
nonsense,
question,
bro.
bro.
That's nonsense,
Would
bro.
you jack that if
That's
someone
nonsense,
said
bro.
that to
Bro,
you?
it don't matter what you're saying. You're not
Oh,
convincing me
okay,
of
because we
nothing,
know the
bro.
obvious answer to that
It don't matter
rhetorical
what
ass
you're
question
saying,
already,
man. We're
man.
not having no
That's why,
conversation. You ain't
bro.
listening to
And
me,
it
bro.
doesn't, it doesn't even
I
need an
can't get
answer,
as
bro.
much time on the
It doesn't
mic
even
as
need
you.
one.
I can't get as much time as you on the mic, bro. So go ahead on, man. You can
Bro, it's
debate
not
the
about
news.
that.
You
You keep
got
making
debate
that
the
a
news,
thing,
love.
bro.
Go ahead,
I'm
man.
just hitting
You
my
got
mute
you
button
win.
because I'm
You
not even
win. You
with that
win.
battle shit,
You
bro.
win, bro.
I'm
You
just
win.
stating shit that you
Nah,
probably
you
don't
win,
know
man.
and you're
You
probably
win. You
unaware
ain't
of to
selling
help
me
you
on
not
nothing,
want to
bro.
argue the
You
obvious,
win. I'm
bro.
not arguing
The
shit. You
NFL
win.
don't want no parts of this
You
cocky
still
ass
are you
family,
still
bro. End
talking?
of
I said
story.
you win, man.
However
You
you
win the
feel is how you
debate.
feel, G.
You win the debate,
Period.
man. You
And it's
win the
all over the
debate, bro.
internet, bro.
You win the
However the fuck
debate,
y'all
bro.
feeling personally, your
Damn,
feelings
man.
is
You just
hurt because
like to
he
hear
ain't got
yourself
picked up.
talk?
That's on you. Your feelings is
Bro,
hurt.
you win the debate,
That's
bro.
on
You
you,
good,
bro.
man. You
Go get
win
a
the
cookie and
debate.
some milk, my
You
G.
win the
I have nothing
debate,
to do
bro.
with that.
You good,
Fact of the
man. You
matter
win the
is, you
debate.
don't be a dad and be
Golly, man.
LaMelo Ball.
Hey, bro.
He,
Damn. You
you should
okay?
have learned your lesson from that, bro. You let your kids be great. Let them determine their own
Oh
fate.
my goodness. Great, man. Great. Yeah. You
Oh
win,
man,
bro. You win. You're a great debater, man.
you sitting there pom pomming for a kid that's not even showing himself
Just say
worth.
you
Come
hate
on,
on
man,
Sanders
you
also,
sound
man. Just
crazy.
say you can't. Just say you hate on him too, man. Don't have to do all this extra
How am I hating,
gymnastic
bro?
shit.
I'm just, bro. You know
You know
what
what I'm
I'm doing
saying?
that
Go
you're
ahead
not
on,
doing,
man.
bro?
You
I'm not
okay,
being emotional
bro?
about
You
this shit,
okay,
bro. I'm
man?
actually just
He
reading
ain't
and
in
googling
9
what these
games,
scouts and coaches are
bro.
saying,
Bro,
what
I
his
don't
daddy
care,
got on Instagram
bro.
and said, putting all this
Bro, I
shit
can go
together and just stating the
online,
obvious, bro. That's why it's not debatable for me, bro.
bro. Well, why you talking then? Why are you talking to me? It's not
Because you keep
debatable.
talking.
Oh, okay.
Would you like to talk to again? Back to my point. Would you like to just hear yourself talk? 'Cause I can mute the fuck
You
up and
can't
talk.
mute up. Shit, homie. You can't mute up. You can't control yourself that long. You talking about? I've been trying to get off the mic. You can't. You just keep running with this same old talking points. But it's all good, man. You got it. You got the whole argument down. You mastered it. We'll learn. You teach. You gonna teach all the youth to fall in. You got it.